Still the foot.
You always use that active when like defenders.
I think it's like
people deluded. I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. I appreciate that. I can't lie, I'm a bit thrown off because man said hefty late fee. Hefty, you know what? I apologize for being late. I don't know why I'm late in it. I was late to my live stream on Twitch because of the internet. I can't lie. I went downstairs. I started watching football highlights on YouTube. I saw, oh shit, it's 38 passes. Oh shit, we're in problems. I apologize for that. Aubameyang thing, you can't hate me. I'll pay my fine in it. There's a 20. Let's put that towards the end of the season party. There's some drinks for you lot on me. And yeah, it is what it is. I'll hold my L, man. Your Honor, I'm sorry. I'm joking. But on a serious note, people deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. First things first, I hope everyone's well and safe. I hope everyone's in good health. And I'd love to wish you lot continued / better health and extend that to your loved ones. You made it to Friday. I hope everyone's had a progressive week in terms of our goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, aspirations, overcoming hardship, etc., etc. Smack the like button for me, people. Hella content to come this week, of course, people. Obviously, later today, I'm going to do a watch along for Arsenal's under 23s against Spurs. I've actually done the thumbnail. I just need to make it. I actually could do it right now, really and truly. I'm acting up, really. I could actually get the live sorted. Watford versus Arsenal. Sorry, I'm really acting. Under 20. Well, that's not even under 20s. Live watch along. This is why you need to be prepared, man. I can't lie. Friday is one of the worst days for me. It's like I just get mad complacent. We're definitely going to be there an hour before kickoff, so that's 1 p.m. Let's type in JPEG. JPEG comes up with, no, you definitely, I'm getting zanged. 100% I've done this. 100% I've done this. There you have it. Thank you. PNG file, which don't know why we did that, but we did, didn't we? Today at 1, you're bugging out. Sunday, there it is, people. So, yeah. On that, you can now set your reminders for Sunday's watch along, people. Again, as I said later today, it's North London Derby, really and truly. So we might as well watch that. If you're on YouTube, come and watch that with me, people. We're going to see if Amari Hutchinson, I don't think Patino's over his injury issues, but him, Aziz, all these guys. And you lot have Gio to thank because he's always on. He's one of the supporters. He's on to me all the time. Like, get a watch along done for the 23s. You know, we've been here before when it's available. He's been on to me and I thought, you know what? Might as well win it. What else is there to do? So, yeah, make sure you've hit the like button on both of them, people. One love to the two people who have. No one's quite hit the like button on the Watford one because it's just been made, but the joke's on you, look, because I'm going to hit that like button. Now, throughout this course of this live stream, big up South London's finest as well, because actually, before we carry on, I see him at me something on Twitter and I DM'd it to myself. And there's a couple of bits and pieces I need to get loaded. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Throughout the course of this, we're going to deal with whatever transfer dealings there is. We all know very few times that these rumors come true, but what else have we got to talk about? Mikel Arteta has been nominated for Manager of the Month. Unpopular opinion, I take nothing away from Mikel Arteta. I would love for him to get it. I think this is his third one in a row. I still believe in the curse of the Manager of the Month, so I wouldn't like for him to get it in some cases, but on a serious note, I do think he deserves it. There's no way you can't say no. Personally, Arsenal fans, forgive me. Away from me wanting Arteta to get it and being biased and all of those things, I think Eddie Howe, because I feel, you know, the Newcastle were playing poor. It was peak. I thought he was going to be the manager just really to prepare for life in the Championship. They're doing quite well. Big up Hasenhuttl as well. Jurgen Klopp is Jurgen Klopp. For me, first choice, Eddie Howe in it. Hasenhuttl probably deserves a bit of clout as well because I'm gassing up Eddie Howe's thing. Mikel Arteta, the big bad boss. Man said, when I saw Darwin Nunez links, I was like, DG will be happy. Of course, The propaganda is paying off. You just need me to get now a Kareem Adeyemi link and we're there. You know, I'm not being funny, but Edu must be watching these videos. I should have had a specific vid, but we was talking about Singo. We're linked with him. I'm not really for the Singo hype right now because we don't play wing backs. We play in the back four. And I think he needs a lot he's very good going forward. He's toilet defensively, if I'm honest with you. Man, I have to learn, you know, in that regards. But yeah, before we get into all of that, as usual, hit the like button, people. I'm privileged to have the DG Nation on Twitch and on YouTube. Like you lot, subscribe on either if you haven't, man. You lot make it worthwhile sitting here and waffling. Big up the members, 2-3, Skytar, Planet X, come on, 3 different nations, all locked in. Jungle Jesus, what a shit. But it is what it is, man. You beat me to it. I don't know why it's not letting me bring up comments. Morning tinted red glasses. Big up yourself, man. What a name. Tommy, I love the fact that you lot love it. G1, you support the pagans, but fortunately for you, you've got a great taste in content creators, not quite in terms of football content. DG, do you have any pets? Nah, G, can't do them thing there. Like, nah. But when you lot get the DG Nation to 100k subs on YouTube and Twitch, and I buy myself a penthouse, I'm gonna do what the rich dons do, innit? I'm gonna get them, man. Cause them dogs there, if they let me stop, cause you man are gonna do me like Zuma. You can just pick them dogs up and put them in the box. I would like a Nikita, but blood, them thing there, like it's crazy. Just because whenever I walk past my local park, one Turkish guy, one of my neighbors, his dog is patterned, like it's so patterned, like it's so patterned it can walk barefoot, it don't do nothing. I swear he just goes, and it just patterns. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy the way he's got it regulated, man. I would love to have a dog like that. You know, but then again, we used to get changed. Fun fact: we used to get chased by a dog that could only speak Congolese. Crazy, like crazy. Little fly that was crazy. Man said funding the Ray Nef end the season celebration. I hear that. You know what? Because I was late. Lord God, you know when you regret 30 seconds of your life? That was one day. Had a big week still. Eldest got his first job legal assistant. First things first. That's what we're about. Big up your kids then, man. That's what we're about, man. And best of luck to him as he does his thing, man. And obviously he's finished law school. Big him up, man. And your 11-year-old won the Gold Cup. Big up yourself and got the school he wanted. So again, that's what we're about, man. Fantastic week for them. I don't think it's a fantastic week for your pockets because you should be treating them to satin. I don't know, man. And your oldest one's gonna get the galley, bro. Imagine that man does law and all that man's on the Black Harvey Specter thing. I hear it. Big up him, man. Big up him, man. I got a couple guys, you know, if he's on the defense lawyer thing. Those can speak Congolese, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I would love for there to be news on Rafina, my broski, but to my knowledge, there's not. Hi, DG. Hope you're doing well. Is it possible for you to ask if you could stream/show the under-23 games on your channel? Not sure if it's possible, but I thought going to be doing a watch-along for it. It's going to be on Twitch. I don't think Arsenal will give me that privilege. DG, wish me luck. Just had an interview at the Royal Free. Went really well, so fingers crossed. What's that, the Royal Free Hospital? Of course, man. We're hoping you do your thing. If not, then it's their loss, innit? We go again. Oh, you know, you've clearly prepared well. You've done your thing. Go off and do something. What shall be, man. We're hoping for the best, man. But that's what we're about. And if not, then we go again, Ethan. It is what it is, man. Yeah. Oh, it's a girl. Well, yeah. You better be getting even more expensive for you. You better be getting a designer handbag or something. Brazy one. That's I wish I was that smart, man. I wish I was that smart. Instead, we're just waffling on YouTube. Hey, must be nice. And obviously tinted red glasses, especially because when I see, you know, let's be real, when I see black people getting involved in the legal system and that, it's a good look. You know, the thing's already going against us and we ain't got too much of that. So yeah, shout out to your kids for that, man. You know, I'm sure as a parent, you just want your kids the best for your kids. And yeah, man. But I still hope that your pockets over the weekend get mashed up and you booked a holiday. So, boy, it's peak. So, yeah, congratulations. What have you said? I would say Nunez to the carpet seems like one of them rugged South American ballers that are paying for defenders. Balogun / look in the market for a backup. You see where it is with Balogun, bro. I wouldn't mind Balogun being a backup and it would help. But at the same time, when the time comes to be called upon, like obviously, if Lacazette's a squad player, when his time comes like it has, you can do with that. But Balogun needs games. Minutes are a drug for a young player. We won't have any strikers, so he might get some. But how much is he likely to play? in relation to every time you play young defenders, they might cost you points. Strikers might cost you points. I'm not against Balogun being part of the squad. I'd love for him to be part of the squad, but is it best him just maybe going out on loan? And obviously at Arsenal, you're going to live or die by every good or bad game you have, you know. Look, Arsenal fans don't want to admit it, but they're starting to get onto Lacazette and then they love him again. You know, Lacazette, first half of last season, was like a threat and all of that. They were even Smith Rowe. They were calling Smith Rowe kills flow or something. They were onto Saka. They were onto Odegaard. Question marks over everyone. I'm not talking about legit question marks. I'm just saying football is ruthless. And Balogun's got to be prepared for that. But surely sometimes it might just be healthier for a man to just be out of the way. You're doing your thing at Middlesbrough. They don't care that you're an Arsenal striker. Can you do the job or not? You get in your games, you come back maybe next season after next season after a whole season out on loan, and then you do your thing. You know, he's only got 18 appearances to his name as a professional footballer at proper levels, really. 8 of those have come for Middlesbrough. He's got 2 assists, I believe, and he's still yet to score. And when I've just been looking at him with Middlesbrough, I expect him to struggle at these things, but, you know, playing with your back to goal, you know, when to make certain runs off the shoulders, when to try certain things. So I've seen Chris Wilder absolutely bollock him for walking at times. You know, these little things, he needs to be out of his depth. I get more joy of watching him kind of struggle in that regards than seeing him bad up the same 23s he's been playing for years, because that don't help you. So I wouldn't be against Balogun. Or for me, I know he's injured at the moment. John Jules being about and being part of the squad, but minutes are currency, man. And the same one is, you know, as you know, you got to prove you can bad up the championship, maybe prove you can bad it up again. Then can you do it at the top level? So I don't know, man. With Flo, I think we should see if we get Champions or Europa League, as if the latter, he might stay and go out on loan. That's true. And the games, but then again, you know, that's the Eddie and Nketiah thing for me, because obviously you might get, if we're in the Europa League, God forbid, you know, if we don't get champs, you've got about 6 games or however many in the groups. You've got your Carling Cup, you have your FA Cup to come as well. But how often are they cut? How many minutes is that really? Is that, you know, championship? There's 30 odd games for you. So I'm not sure, man. It's an interesting one. From a selfish point of view, you know, Balogun probably doesn't head out on loan early in the preseason because we need to sort out what we're doing up front and things like that. Obviously, where Lacazette is concerned and even Eddie and Nketiah is concerned, while we know that they're probably keeping it moving, while their contracts are still in the balance and things could happen, we don't really know what's going on. And, you know, I don't know if Arsenal are even going to bring in 2 strikers. You know, I don't know. Because me personally, I don't think he would do it. But if Lacazette would sign a 1-year deal with an extension of another one, again, you wouldn't do it, but reduce terms and things. I wouldn't be against not keeping him in the squad. I do also feel if Lacazette's going, that to me, with Lacazette playing up front, beyond the obvious, that tells me our strikers scoring aren't necessarily important, bar the obvious. And obviously, if we sign a young striker or a development or project sort of player in the mold of the players we've got, we can't really expect them to just sign here and just start bagging straight away. Life don't work like that. Football don't work like that. And with Lacazette, we get to compensate because, yeah, he might be missing chances and score a few goals, but you see the link-up play, the pressing, all of these things. Not to criticize that, but for me, as much as the modern game's developed and you need to do link-up play, strikers have to score goals. At this football club, with Eddie and Nketiah, with Aubameyang, with Lacazette, strikers for the last 18 months, it's not necessarily been about goals. So if the bar isn't that, surely you can find someone that in the modern day that can do the link-up stuff. Half the guys we're linked with, whether we sign them or not, they can all either play with their back to go or drop deep. So if that's the minimum, you should be able to get an elite striker. When I say elite, just one of the guys we've been linked with, and then get someone who can be part of the squad that can play with his back to goal, that can bring other people in, that can potentially be used really and truly. Arsenal should go all out for Harry Kane. I hear you for that one, man. I hear you. Anyways, away from all of that, but yeah, it is what it is with that. Keep your opinions coming, people. What should we call that? Arsenal forward thoughts. We'll call that first 15. Should we just change that to 15 minutes? Big up you lot for tuning in, folks. Yeah, I would love Kane, but you know, probably, you know, I'd love Salah too, but I don't know where that one's happening. All I know is that Arsenal has a transfer plan in recent windows, and with all the good targets brought up, we should find one to fill a striker and centre mid holds and compete in backup right back. Facts. Do you know what? I don't know if we'll bring in a right back though, because a part of me feels, you know what, they might say, Ben White, played a decent amount at right back at Leeds and Brighton. You know, if Saliba comes back, fair enough. Gabriel and Ben White going to be the first choice centre-half pairing, but Ben White can do that. And obviously, Tomiyasu's played a shitload amount of games and now he's injured. You know, as much as players are good, rotations are things. So we might say, do you know what, Ben White can do that. Maybe even Cedric's granted an extended stay, even though I agree with you. I want to back up right back. They might say, you know what, let's reserve in that area, you know, keep a pathway technically clear in the next 2 seasons, see what Brook Norton-Coffey does and all the other points I've said. And let's add them couple of pounds that we was going to spend on a right back towards maybe getting a striker or a centre mid, or, you know, I know my chest is high, but I would love 2 strikers and two centre mids, man. I'd like a striker that's ready to do this right now, guy that can be rotated in. I'd like a number 8 that's ready to take this thing to a next level, and then someone that can kind of do that, but probably needs a bit more time. But as an Arsenal fan, I'll be happy with just the 2 signings. Anything else is a bonus, man. I'm not too sure we will sign a striker. I won't be surprised if Arteta just slaps Laka a 2-year contract and makes Balogun our backup. I see why you would say that, but I mean, Arteta's got to be, whether you're in the Champions League or, you know, if you don't get it, you know, you're going to have to do something, especially if you sign a new contract. And at the same time, he knows he'll be shagging himself, really and truly. All I would say to Flo is look at Nelson and Eddie. Don't be complacent. Your young game time now is vital. Trust. Don't get gassed of being at Arsenal. And that's the thing. It's not that Arteta don't rate him. It's in. And I know Balogun loved it, of the social media antics, the new squad number, new contract, the video being at the Emirates and stuff, and moving into the first team changing room. You was never going to get the Smith Rowe and Saka treatment. That you wasn't going to be with that then. You probably should have went on loan in August, but fair enough. You was granted 5 or 6 months. See what you can bring to the table. See what you can do. If you can break in, you can break in. Unfortunately, he wasn't part of that. So, yeah, man, don't get complacent, really. And I think, you know, Chris Wilder is helping him a lot, really. I don't like to see someone struggle, but, you know, you need to struggle to get better, you know. And when you're playing 23s football and you're faster than everyone, you're stronger than everyone, you've been playing these same guys for years, you know, and there's not really anything where Championship you get dropped or people are trying to get promoted, people are trying to stay in the leagues and all of these sort of things. So it's one of them ones, really. Don't know why my internet's acting, but apologies, people, for any drop off. But you're right, man. Harry Kane wants a big club, wants a bigger club. That's good for him, man. Harry Kane ain't got no relevance to this live stream. Man, Miss West Lower, new to the channel. Appreciate that, man. I hope it's not your loss. 122 people watching. Come on, hit the like button. I mean, that's one thing Twitch are better than you lot at, hitting that damn like button. Hit that like button if you haven't, man. So people, this coffee is slapping. I don't know about you, but there's no milk in that. That's raw. That's the wake up medicine. Big up Reese, because yeah, man, you always offering good opinions and stuff. Even if I don't agree, I like to see careful analysis, and you're a thinker. You're what I like on this channel. My nephew's called the same name as well, so I like you, mate. We need a striker that can score, but primarily one that complements others' facts, and I think that's what the modern game desires, isn't it? And that's why I'm saying, Reese, if the bar is lower, like obviously in the modern game, I'm not going to say there's not strikers, but for us commoners, you know, we can't really. There's the strikers we're always getting linked with in that, but it's not like back in the days where there was beer strikers, beer number 9s and whatnot. Obviously, strikers still, no matter how much it develops, they've still got to just score goals. But like you said, they've got to be able to do all the other stuff, because at best, Aubameyang could score goals. He couldn't necessarily do the other things. Or Lukaku's known for goals. At Chelsea, he's not scoring them. He's not even touching the ball, but he can't do the other things. But that's why, bro, I'm saying, surely if goals aren't the problem and link-up play and these things, there's enough man that can do that. And there should be enough young players that can do that. So surely the catchment area becomes wider, and that's what you should be able to bring in. Big up Ice as well, man. So that's a great point, but we need that. And that's where we've been here before, you know, with Laka and Aubameyang, and try play them together and get the best out of them. You know, I do think if Arteta could merge, well, previously Aubameyang, Lacazette and Eddie, he would, but he can't, innit? So it is what it is. We're kind of at where we're at. And to be fair, we've known we've needed a striker for a hot minute. It was all Tammy and Laturo in the summer. Obviously, it was Vlahovic and Isaac and the rest of it in January. Hopefully, we're able to bring someone in. really and truly. Let's get into the transfer rumors and whatnot, people. There's Darwin Nunez again, real further. Big up Curtis Shaw. Go and subscribe to him and check out his channel. We did a video on his page yesterday and we spoke about Gab Jesus. So first thing off the back with Gab Jesus, I would welcome him to the Emirates. Again, he misses a lot of chances. He frustrates. He probably will not deliver. I haven't seen 20 league goals in the Prem from him. But I would take him for the squad. Brazilian bias. Arteta knows him. He'd be good for the squad. I don't know if he's necessarily number one. So why not, man? If we take out the first 3 EPL games this season, where would Arsenal be in the table? I don't know, but there's 38 games, bro. You can't do that. Whether we had the strong squad or not, whether we had COVID and injuries or not, I'm being harsh, but you can't strip them out. You can't strip them out. You can't. I know Arsenal fans, they like to strip parts of the season out. They like to say this, that, and the other. Of course, we were not the same team, but we can't strip it out, you know. We can use it as a guide point and say stuff, but we can't strip it out. Reality is there's 38 games. We're at where we're at. We have to own our shit, whether it was bad or good. It is what it is. We just move forward, man. But yeah, let's crack on with some of this. So yeah, that's Gab Jesus. So my 5 pence on Gab Jesus. What's that? That's Noah Lang. Let's skip some of these forward. Put them all in line, people. And again, don't shoot the messenger. But it is what it is. Let's see this. Obviously, this is Google Translate, people. You know, this is Google Translate. So if it don't make sense, allow me. Google hasn't made sense. Milan casting for a forward of the future. The obstacles for Darwin Nunez. Striker wanted for Milan. The Rossoneri company continues to run up for us. Well, let's scroll down because this is what it said with Arsenal. Again, we know West Ham and Newcastle have been onto him. We know he was bought for 125 million euros. I was first put onto him with Almeria when he was at Almeria, and he didn't do too well there. But I like him, man. South American passion, can play with his back to goal, can score goals, link up play. Until today, I haven't seen him link with Arsenal, so I don't know. I mean, we must have scouted him, but I don't know if he's been someone we've ever truly been onto. Apparently, as you can see here, people, the ball now goes to Italy, where Inter have already tried an approach of the player. So I just think Arsenal's name is being thrown into this as normally, just to, you know, demand interest. And generally, whenever we're linked with, you know, I know he doesn't play in Italy, but whenever Italian publications mention our name, whether it's Locatelli, XHAKA, etc., I always look at it, Vlahovic. I have to look at it with a pinch of salt, hit the like button. But it's gone on to basically say here, Arsenal, Atletico, Bayern Munich with what's going on with Lewandowski. Atletico have been extensively linked with him. Dortmund would be a good home, as would Atletico. Newcastle, ching. West Ham, London aspect. Arsenal, come to us. And he's also been linked with United. Would be very careful about the player with the aim of securing the next European football talent. Compared to Cavani, Nunez is an attacker with an important physique, almost 1 meter and 90 tall, but not for this crystallized in the classic centre forward role. He is able to play off the flanks. He has already made his debut for the national team. And, you know, once you got Uruguayan blood, them and they know the strikers. So I think, I mean, I'm a fan of his, as you lot could all see in it. You know, I was seeing you lot at me and say we've been linked with him. Being linked isn't good enough, but it's one that excites me. If this was a lady, I'd be getting excited. But yeah, let's see what's going on. Bro, slap that Arsenal shit, man. Slap that Arsenal, Nick. Let's try to specify this thing. And I just cap him, man. Let's slap that. Hit up that news column. Man, talking about Lewandowski and that. Fuck it, I know this is bullshit, but let's see, man. Arsenal very attentive to the 65 million euro rated striker, admit United links. Skip that, man. Come on. And as you know, he scored against Bayern and Barca in the Champions League. Sports Witness are reporting that Arsenal are involved in the race to sign Nunez. They are said to be very attentive. But Benfica, apologies, are looking for 60 to 65 million. So what's that? A similar Lacazette sort of fee? Like 50 and some change, really? Let me see this Sports Witness thing, because that might be a bit better. And obviously, he's 22. He ties into what we have, people. It kind of just summarizes that everybody's looking at him. He's got 25 goals for this season. I mean, we spoke about he's got an elite record this season. I like him a lot. Of course, with all these strikers in today's day and age, you never fully know if they're going to be a success. Like Vlahovic, nobody he's doing quite lit in it. So that's a Darwin Nunez thing. And there's rumors of Lewandowski. What do you make of that? And would you want a 35-year-old striker, even if he's the caliber of Lewandowski? I mean, the wages he's gonna want, if I'm him, considering Willian got it, Cedric got it, Arsenal probably silly enough to give him a 7-year deal or something. I'm trying to get the bag. I'm trying to get the sell-on fee. And at what his age, if I'm Arsenal, I'll try to give him 18 months to a 2-year contract. If I'm him, I'm trying to push the boat out and get 3 years. So probably away from the quality, it's probably a myth. But if there's an opportunity to have Lewandowski for a couple of seasons and he was silly enough to do the thing, why not? People deluded. I heard the Villa board are looking to sack you. If you know, you know. Big up the Football Manager crew. You know damn well I'm not getting sacked. But yeah, I would take Lewandowski for similar sort of fees. But that's Darwin Nunez in it, really. It kind of just sums up what we're talking about. I'm not going to waste time on football.london. Noah Lang, he's quite lit, people, and I'd be open to a winger, but probably not him. Arsenal have been scouting Club Brugge striker Noah Lang for months, and I don't know why Alex is putting this in caps because we know this already, and can land a forward for 33 million. It is what it is. Multiple reports in Belgium and his native Holland have claimed Arsenal are ready to submit a bid for him. And obviously, we scout Belgium because we just brought Lokonga to the carpet. The 22-year-old has scored 8 times and got 12 assists in 37. He came from Ajax's academy and then obviously went to Club Brugge on loan before joining permanently. I like him, but yeah, man, I think, there's other priorities elsewhere. So yeah, we've been linked with him. We've been linked with Singo, who I would be open to, but he's very raw as a right back. You know, he can go forward a lot. He needs to be taught everything about defending, and I mean everything. How to defend properly in a 4, how to look over. Listen, he needs to learn how to defend. He's at 21. He's quite an exciting prospect, but he needs to learn, and fans wouldn't have patience for that. Wouldn't quite go as far, but he's a polar opposite of Tomiyasu, literally, man. So it is what it is, really. So yeah, apparently for 15 million. I mean, if you can improve him, why not? But yeah, we've been linked with him. I don't necessarily buy that. Borja, who, if you saw the 45 minutes against Craig Dawson, you'd love him. You know, I don't know with what's going on at Chelsea if they would let him go, but I do think, you know, that's, as much as I believe in him, that's a lot of money for someone with 23 career Premier League appearances. I know he plays for his country and obviously builds upon what he had at Vitesse. Chelsea are weighing up sanctioning a transfer for Borja at the end of the season after his Southampton loan spell, but Arsenal face a sky-high fee for their reported target. That's according to this publication, who note that the Blues believe Borja can fetch at least 58 million in the summer, putting the Albanian international in the same bracket as Vlahovic. Chelsea now feel Borja is worth a sizable investment should anyone look to poach the 20-year-old after an impressive loan. The Slough-born it's laid on an assist, which is quite impressive for him, really, in his debut. Over 22 games in the league, and he obviously did quite well in the FA Cup, people. But I think it's a bit early for all of that. But I would be open to him. But again, if we buy him, you probably want someone else in the squad as well. There's still a lot of confirmation he needs to do. But Chelsea are fully right to try and demand a mad fee. Chelsea, again, they already believe he's worth more than Lukaku probably is. You know, he can actually control the ball and he can touch the ball more than 7 times, you know. But it is what it is. You've been linked with you was linked with Real Madrid. I like Jonathan David, another one, a bit like Rafael. I wouldn't mind in the squad, but I'm not too sure about being the number one. I think he's too quiet and a passenger in big games, really. He drops deep, he wins a lot of fouls, he works the channels well, but there's just something missing. Really and truly. According to reports, Arsenal have earmarked the striker as their priority target this summer, and that kind of follows the rumors we heard how Edu met his agent. So I don't know, people. We know we need to sign at least one striker in the summer, or a couple, depending on what happens. You know, apparently this publication is believing that Jonathan David is a top target for Arsenal as they look to resolve this problem. We saw he was valued at more than that, but he's valued at 50 million euros. I can't lie, I'll get it done. I think one thing I like about Rafael is his ability to play off the flanks. And I like Jonathan David. He can play up front and be part of the squad. But again, the number one, I don't know, people. So, yeah, this is just I don't know. I'm not going to read what Ray Parlour has had to say respectfully, but that's that with Jonathan David. Again, we spoke about Gab Jesus. I don't necessarily care what Rio Ferdinand has had to say. Big up Mikel Arteta for getting Premier League Player of the Manager of the Month award, and as you can see here, nominated. He got, we've got 1 clean sheet, which Arteta, you set high standards. We could do a lot better, and we've got 3 wins, really and truly, 100% win ratio. We've scored 5 goals in 3 games, conceded 2, 1 clean sheet, 9 out of 9. As I said, I think Eddie Howe should get it, but I love to see my manager doing his thing, people. And then obviously, all of these managers, Klopp deserves it, Arteta deserves it, Hasenhuttl deserves it, Eddie deserves it, to be honest with you. Eddie Howe, that is. I'd give it to Eddie Howe because Newcastle look like them and they are gone in it. So Saliba could stay at Marseille. Their president wants Saliba at the club next season, or either on another loan or a permanent one. I hope he gets the chance at Arsenal, but if we're offered the money we spent on him, we might just say, you know what, have him, really. And it doesn't surprise me that they want to keep him. Everything depends on the 3 parties. It's a matter of market value, but we have extraordinary relations with Arsenal. Arsenal allegedly are to monitor the South American market. Arsenal are monitoring players in South America as a direct result of Brexit. The Gunners have made the conscious decision after it became now be a complicated procedure. If you're going to bring the Pablo Maris, etc., it's not going to make sense, but it is what it is. Allegedly, we're looking at this Peruvian right back, 21 years of age, 6 caps for his country. I don't know anything about him. Who's that? Who's that? That Don's in prison. Who's that? I don't know who that is. That's not me. You need to change that. I don't know what you're on. That's not me. Anyone called that in this room? Hello, brother. Someone's at the door. Hey, anyone? No? Delivery? All right, fair play. Anyways, away from any of that, I want us to target South America and emerging markets, man. Obviously, with what's going on geopolitically, probably not the best of examples. And I know places like Ukraine, that makes it probably easier, but we need to follow the likes of Shakhtar and Dortmund and Porto and Benfica and all these guys clapping these South American targets before. Look at Luis Diaz, the man, they got to be there. Obviously, the clubs in England, there's things that go against us, Do we have an affiliate club that we can park these players off? We had the Bolivian Samuel Galindo, Pedro Buffalo, Wellington Silva, even Vela, that's technically not South America, but it didn't really work out in it, so it is what it is, man. Hit the likes over 100. Appreciate that. Keep running that one up there, Harvey, man. If you've hit the like button, God bless you lot, man. Nunez would be nice. Shout out to yourself, Tino. I wouldn't mind Nunez and David. Trust me. DG streaming from the Arsenal dressing room. Trust. Just waiting for the physios to come, man. I got a tight hammy. So yeah, man. We're turning into Spurs, man. Today marks 14 years since Arsenal became the first English club to defeat AC Milan at the San Siro. What was that? Cesc Fabregas's goal. Here we have it. Well, we did all right. I mean, and apparently Ollie Watkins is up for sale, people. Arsenal have been given the go-ahead to approach Ollie Watkins. Gerrard is said to be willing to listen to offers. Gerrard don't want him. What do we want him for? Like, I like Watkins. He works hard in that, but man can't come here for working hard. If we can get a cut price, definitely not trying to give them 28 million. You saying 23? I don't mind. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Pardon me. Arsenal face a battle for Spence. As you know, Newcastle planned Fabian Ruiz swoop, where yesterday we heard we're in talks to get him. We're trying to get him. Don't give a shit what Jamie Carragher has to say. Arsenal's jam-packed trophy cabinet. Spurs could never. But yeah, we're going off target. Barcelona eyes second raid on Wolves for Ruben Neves, people, and talks are already underway now. Wolves and Barca do business. Adama, Trincao, etc. He's got 2 years to run, a bit like half the guys we've been linked with, whether that's Telemans, Basuma, Douglas Luiz, Fabian Ruiz, and obviously my man. And we're probably not going to get him. We probably killed any chances with him being upset about us celebrating. Be a good signing for Barca, and that'll be a good move for you at 24 years of age. But that probably means another one bites the dust. As you can see, talks already in place concerning Barcelona's interest, really and truly. His agent is obviously George Mendes, and he obviously assisted in numerous drillings and much less Adama and Trincao. So it's probably already happened, really. So another one bites the dust. Arsenal have been linked with Stalvino, who looks like he's joining City and going to PSV on loan. He looks like an exciting talent. There's going to be no one left to buy in Football Manager, man, at all, really. You know, even Traore is being linked with Barcelona. City Group have been working hard behind the scenes in recent days to secure this signing. Again, they want to loan him out to other clubs, either Troyes, who's part of their group, or PSV. And again, you know, Kaki would be decent as well, you know, centre half. So this is we need to get involved. City Group is willing to pay 6.5 million euros, sorry, and obviously do whatever. Arsenal still hope to disrupt the ongoing transaction. We're done, man. Just forget about it. But yeah, the less said on that, the better. We've already spoken on that. We've already spoken on Ollie Watkins. I was just reading this about Gabriel. We already know Gabriel had an Everton medical. He wanted to go Napoli until agent Pepe got involved. So that is that. Obviously, people, allegedly, Football.London understands Roma are set to reignite their interest in Swiss midfielder Granit Xhaka this summer. Whether that happens, I don't know. Apparently, Fabian Ruiz is a player Arsenal have been heavily scouting, so we'll see what's going on there. But on the topic with Granit Xhaka pushes against social media abuse. They will never drive me out. Trust me, Xhaka, they can't beat you up. My guy. Anyways, Granit Xhaka insists he will never let online trolls drive him out of Arsenal after lifting the lid. Bro, trolls are weird. I showed you lot yesterday, man. There's weird brothers out here, man. Like, I was on Curtis, big up Curtis Shaw, and I don't want to make it like this, but just to show you, I think Twitch is better. And I showed the Twitch gangs this. Yeah, they're weird, deranged individuals. Yeah, shout out Curtis. But I did a watch along with Curtis, and coincidentally, a comment. I don't reply to comments, but unless they're positive, but comments, one caught me off. Let me see. Like, he was just chatting. He was just don't tell me he deleted it. Yeah. I say I don't want Arsenal in that. And then obviously you can see some of this Donny's comments in it. He subscribed to Curtis, but he's just drawing Curtis out, and he's weird. 1 minute he's praising him, then he's drawing him out. But that's actually not what I wanted to show. This is the weird shit. These are the sort of guys who will troll you online. No one gives a shit. Bro, you need to shower, fam. I smell you from here, cuz. What's he talking about? Anyways, enough clout for that. But just to show you how fucking weird trolls are, innit? Like, man are weird. So Xhaka, don't let them in it. They're weird Donnies. But anyways, Xhaka insists he will never let online trolls drive him out of Arsenal after lifting the lid. By the way, I think his name was Stephen. On behalf of every decent person, suck your mum, tell her to suck her mum as well. Any problems, you know who I am. But anyways, after lifting the lid on the level of abuse he's received on social. Now, we know Xhaka and Arsenal fans are never going to have the best of relationships. It is what it is. I don't advocate. I do advocate constructive criticism, because, you know, if you can take all the praise, you can take criticism. I don't advocate, like any normal person, abuse, and definitely of family members. And we all know it goes too far. Internet's weird, bro. Internet's weird. Them man, they will ask you for a picture as well. It's quite crazy. Smack the like button if you haven't. Scrolling all the way down, he has called for more to be done to combat the hatred, brother. Respectfully, and I know it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you, and it's never going to stop. This social media thing isn't going to stop people that are pussies, go online and can talk crud. Certain people are unhappy with their life. Certain people just like trolling, because you can build a following just off trolling and chatting shit and trying to ratio people and doing all these things. And we live in a world of agendas. And I feel where the world is becoming more inclusive online, where we've never been closer to footballers than ever, there's going to be more distance being pushed, because you get weirdos and you need to protect yourself. That's why when I see Lokonga and Ramsdale, I think they set their Instagram so that you can only, if you're following them, if they're following you, and if you've got a certain account, you can at them. And a couple more footballers do that. But apparently, he said, I say always to myself, the only ones who can stop me is myself. Trust me, you know. He said, of course, injuries and things like that stop you as well, but no one can stop me, not the people from the outside. And that's true for Xhaka. The manager rates you. The people involved in the club rate you. I don't think you're necessarily an amazing player. I don't think you should be playing every week. I don't think you're a terrible person. I don't think you're a terrible footballer. I do think people are very silent to praise you, that the ones with agendas, and the minute you make a mistake, they demonize you, where it's not true. I feel there's XHAKA sexuals that really and truly, if you're praising XHAKA for being a good centre midfielder at this football club and some of the things he's done, you either not old enough to remember what we had, or we're going to keep getting these mixed results. And he's definitely not as bad as his haters make out. He's a mixed Donny. He said, "This is why in my head I'm so strong. I always say, I'm not being funny, bro. Look at what your parents had to do to go to Switzerland. Look what you've had to be through. Are you going to listen to a fucking bunch of Arsenal fans chat shit? Respectfully, they can't tell you nothing. I'm going to be supporting the club long after you, so will they. But it is what it is, man. It's no skin off your nose. Forget all of that, because half of these people that criticize you and you see it, they'll be the first asking you for a picture, whether they like you or not. This is why in my head I'm so strong. I always say to myself as well, I decide when I leave, no one else, not the fans, not the people." And I mean, you lot tried to get him gone. He said he was going Roma, then he didn't. "When I'm not ready, I will leave. As long as I feel good as long as I'm ready and I feel good and I feel I can help the team, I will be here. But because of people, because of a bad message, because of the bad stuff they're doing, writing and speaking, no chance. The one thing is, if you see the people face to face, they'll never tell you something bad. This is what makes me upset. Oh, trust me, they'll just go home and tweet you and act. Even certain social media dons do that to you. Have done that to him. I've been in this business since I was 17, nearly 13 years. But I have a feeling that the abuse at the moment looks like it's normal. For me, it doesn't help anyone. And I think this is something we can improve on. He did end up staying, XHAKA. I mean, one thing, as much as I'm kind of defending you, I already know in the summer we're going to see you flirting with Italy and stuff like that and all of this. But you said after 6 years now of being here against Spurs, the atmosphere is always amazing. But I think against Wolves, after 70 minutes, it was in the top 3 since I've been here. The atmosphere was unbelievable and pushed us until the last moment. People sometimes forget that the fans are so important for us as well. That's true. I can't get away from that. From one player that Roma actually want to someone that allegedly they don't now, it looks like Ainsley Maitland-Niles might be in trouble, man. He stunk up the place and it hasn't really worked out for him, people. Apparently Maitland-Niles at his disposal, who didn't even enter the second half. A real rejection from fullbacks arrived respectively in the summer and the winter markets. The Englishman arrived on a free loan from Arsenal. Barring twists and turns, he will return to London at the end of the season without Roma's attempts to loan or redempt. So he's not done anything really and truly, Ainsley. Poor Ainsley, really and truly. He ain't done nothing. He ain't done nothing to get that permanent move, and he's contracted until 2023. So that's him, Leno, Bellerin, Torreira, and probably a couple of others we've got to sort out in the summer. Out of the names I've said, Torreira, we should, by Arsenal standards, we shouldn't have a problem. We shouldn't have a problem moving him on. He's making a lot of noise. For Bellerin, it seems like he's doing all right at Betis. Ainsley. I mean, Wolves and Everton got to be crazy to offer 20 million. It's going to be substantially less, but let's see what happens there. But an English translation, Ainsley will return to Arsenal following his loan at Roma, according to reports. People, he was left out against Spezia, and obviously Zalewski made his debut. He's quite a technical footballer, people. That was a clear message of rejection. It's claimed that the 24-year-old will return, barring any twists and turns. So yeah, we've got a decision to make on Ainsley Maitland-Niles, people. I don't know what this was or why I was reading that, but in relation to Saliba, this journalist thinks Marseille is no longer in a position to claim the definitive recruitment of Saliba. He believes that the Gunners' position on him has been reinforced by the recruitment ban imposed. He says a long-term future at Arsenal is more likely than his move to Marseille. Given the transfer ban, it actually strengthens Arsenal's position to bring him back, because there's no deal apart from the fact that Arsenal are now in a luxurious position where, assuming qualification for next season is confirmed at some point, they can start planning and making a decision whether to include Saliba in those plans or perhaps cash in, because it's probably the first time they look at Saliba from a transfer perspective and look to make a good profit on his signing, unlike before when he would have been sold at a reduced price. I mean, they'll get their £30 million back, and maybe a sell-on clause, but is it worth it without giving the man an opportunity? I don't know. And I think he could get an opportunity, but at the same time, I think he might not. We'll never know really until the summer, really. So we'll have to see, really. But that's long-ass transfer news, people. And obviously, Granit Xhaka. Xhaka hits out at online trolls. So yeah, that's us, people. That's that. Confirmed. Bish, bash, bosh. People not even 100 likes. How you look? This is what I prefer. Twitch, man. You look doing me dirty. Oh, that's a lie. We're at 120. Fair play. I'll take that. All back, people. Don't worry about that. Smash the likes or unexpected high bills and subscribe. Road to 50k. Twitch road 10k lit community. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a bit delusional with his expectations. He could be a good squad player for us if he humbled himself. To be fair, I think he is humble, but you know you're not getting opportunities in. Only playing fullback under Arteta at wingback. I think Ainsley, he seems like like a woman that's not done with you. She's not. She says I'm done, but you can gas her a bit, and then you keep going over the same thing. It feels like Ainsley just wanted to be reinforced, and a lot of fans felt it was unfair that he was dropped against Watford. I hear it, I agree with it, but you can't have it all. You can't ask Arteta to get 3 points, name the strongest team, and say this guy being dropped, that guy being dropped. It's unfair. He needs to play. It's a myth. Ainsley just needs to bite the bullet and leave. Simple as that. We should have been selling, man. I think he could be a good squad player, but I think we should have been sold, man. There was 20 million there. Is what it is, man. I wouldn't say he's necessarily delusional. He wants to play. He barely gets to play. I understand that. I want players to play. Nothing wrong with XHAKA except he's a bit slow on the ball and maybe he's a little grab your shirt. Love his mental strength. I don't mind XHAKA staying as long as we sign competition for his spot. Personally, if we're not signing better centre mids than what we have, I don't think there's a point. Wouldn't mind Dennis in the squad from Watford if you could grab that, Wouldn't mind that. Nunez is the guy we need before he blows. What do you think about us getting our second striker from one of the relegated sides that have got priced? Who though? Would a top 4 finish save Edu's role? Or would that be papering over the cracks? Personally, I think the latter. Arteta gives Wenger vibes, or we control the club. I don't know whether that's good or bad. Big up, DG. Big up yourself. I wouldn't say Edu's role or anyone's role is necessarily under threat. I would say, whatever they set out to do in the summer, they're it's not finished, but they're probably exceeding their expectations. If you're talking about working hard, we already have Laka and we want him out. So what's the point of these hard-working strikers? I'm not quite sure who's saying what, but hard work is a given. I'm not praising man for running around. Are you speaking from experience with that metaphor? RM, man, me and mum are on good terms, man. I would never do that. Come on, man. Yeah, Nacho back up. Yeah, Nacho's not really doing much. What do you think about Lokonga? I like him. Being thrown in the deep end, needs to learn a bit, looking over your shoulder. I think right now you're coming out of the team, but I think Lokonga will come good. I like Lokonga, man. The bar is so low for XHAKA. He gets praised for making bait, but I think that's our whole serious prolonged success until we address what's going on in our midfield. Personally, because the defense, we got a good back 5 unit now. We need a striker, but Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, hopefully Pepe. These men are doing what they're doing, Odegaard and whatnot. And then you look at that's the defensive third, the final third, that middle third. And I think that indirectly affects our ability to defend. It affects our ability to really dominate teams and break down low blocks and really do something with all the sustained pressure. I don't think we're going to get anywhere until I don't think you can do it with XHAKA and Partey. One of the two or both need to be moved on or demoted into squad roles and things, or we're going to keep getting this mixed results. Of course, across the season in this 20-odd games, we've had games where XHAKA's looked better without him. Partey's looked better without him. They've both looked good. They've both looked shit. They've both done dumb stuff. Mixed results from a mixed bag of players. They're very hot and cold. I like Partey. Partey's been bossing it in the last few games. But as much as I think I would more so want a partner for Partey, but I have to keep it honest. XHAKA isn't as good as XHAKA sexuals make out. He's definitely not a terrible midfielder, but I do think Arsenal put people in positions they can't fill. It's a bit like, obviously they're doing it and I'm being harsh, but reality is, away from emotion, Arsenal are moving mad betting on Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah. If it was just about scoring goals, they don't do that. Giroud was always a squad player, but we tried to look at him to score 20 league goals. We start putting people in boots they can't fill at times, really. I think XHAKA is someone for the squad. I don't think he's a regular week in, week out. And like you said, I'm not going to praise a midfielder for having a passing range. And I believe the best midfielders do things in less touches. XHAKA takes a bag of them, really. Not to criticize him. And for me, I've always said it, Mikel Arteta, you are a midfielder. If there was one place I thought we would look a bit certy, it's midfield, but I don't really know for it, really and truly. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Deluded with that Santi consistency. Depends who gets relegated. Maybe Tony. I mean, Tony can come for the squad, the squad. But again, they're probably going to ask for something stupid for him. Fabian Ruiz for 16 million is a steal. I mean, if it really is 16 million or just Fabian Ruiz in general, but if I was him, it's not that I wouldn't be against coming to Arsenal. I'd be on signing for Arsenal, but I would want to go back to my homeland, maybe Spain or something like that, where Barca and Madrid literally want him. There might be teams that are bigger and more dominant in Europe. Again, Napoli might very well get Champions League. We've got to remember it's a World Cup in November. If you join a new team and it goes wrong, you may or may not be called up, or that might have ramifications for your country. So if if Napoli get Champions League, maybe it's best you staying and running out your deal. Like we're seeing, contracts are running down. Maybe that's in his best interest. I don't know. And I would say, to go back to the XHAKA point, I think XHAKA and Pepe, I think Arteta's made them look more all-rounded. I think we are still seeing XHAKA's mistakes. There's only so much you can get away with that. But I just think XHAKA used to always get caught in the middle third, especially when going further up the pitch. I think you're seeing XHAKA in, he's doing this hybrid centre mid left back role. You've seen in the last probably couple of games, he's done this. It's almost like he's pressing and that a bit more, and there's only so far it can go. I expect us to be able to do that in these sort of games. When it's pressure's on, I'm not too sure, man. I don't want to praise guys for having a handful of good games, and I feel there's a lot of hot and cold players in our team. Pepe, Lacazette, XHAKA, many of them. Eddie, Cedric, and there was many before, really and truly, man. I don't think XHAKA is terrible. I do think people move mad because we've definitely had shitter midfielders. But yeah, man. You're only going to get so much. I don't know, man. If we could get Darwin Nunez and a Jonathan David or something like that, I wouldn't mind, or a Kareem Adeyemi, but you can't do that. If it's really for 16 million, I'm on that. But if Fabian Ruiz is going for 16 million anyways, everyone and their nan's got to get involved. The man there we should have got when he was at, Betis or wherever. Would have been lovely, man. Partey is way more important a player than XHAKA. He can beat the pressing handily. XHAKA on his day is good, but off day, he loses games on his own. Bit harsh. I don't think we ever win or lose games. Pardon me. We never win or lose games single-handedly. Like, again, XHAKA has to hold his hands up for, I would say, the City pen. But if you look at it, I can't remember the exact players, but you lot can go back to my tactical review. I do remember that it's a thing where XHAKA has pointed, somebody's not listened, and then XHAKA's tried to be a hero and gone and done it. As you see in life, you shouldn't be a hero and the script's already been flipped. I do think, I wouldn't say underrated. I do think XHAKA is underappreciated at times. But again, we're in a day, what you see is what you get, and that's what you're going to get. We're not going to see a man turn into a world beat. I'm not asking him to be, but we just need someone of a higher level, higher quality. Like, he's not a press-resistant number 8. He can't consistently play the ball. He's not the strongest of carriers. And then you've got the negative cocktail because, it looks like we found the role for Partey as a 6, but we've messed about probably with Partey. Lokonga's still learning. El Nene is very shy on the pitch, and what you see is what you get. So you've got a man that can play a pass and gets caught, and you've got certain people that are inconsistent, and you've got people who can't. So it's a crazy one, man. It seems XHAKA's newer positioning is helping Thomas and Odegaard and the club overall. Not great, but better. It's true. But at the same time, when Odegaard and Partey played together, man, we were saying something different. When XHAKA and Partey bullied it together against Spurs, we were saying something different. When Partey weren't here and XHAKA was doing his thing, we were saying something different. So we're saying something different every week, really, see, man. So it's like, what are we getting from this sort of thing? What we saying, are we on track for a successful season? But if you get top 4, that's a very successful season. But if you need to see it through, I've already offered my thoughts on Nunez, man. South American bias aside, need him, man. Burnley last year, DG, this man has single-handedly cost. But no, man, someone might make a mistake and concede a penalty and do something dumb. But football's a 90-minute game. These are 30 seconds to a minute flashpoints. I know I'm overcomplicating it, but we never lose games individually. It's a team game. And there's not even XHAKA, there's certain players I don't want to defend, but we do this thing together, man. For me, I think we need to upgrade, but we never win, lose, or draw together, man. XHAKA is starting 11 the rest of the season, not got competition for the moment. I think we'll all agree that got to upgrade in the summer to go up a level. Anyone that disagrees doesn't love the club, innit? They love players. But Arsenal's a weird club, man. Man was saying Marie is better than Gabriel. Lacazette, new contract. Not that that's the baddest of things. El Nene, new deal. This guy, new deal. That, you know, Arsenal fans, they claim to be harsh, bro. Certain man play good for 2 games, and I'm not talking about giving a man their dues. They start gassing up the tig. Like, Arsenal fans are not. They demand high standards and cutthroat and being ruthless. They lack a lot of that. And I'm not saying you need to do it for the sake of doing it. Jonathan David should be a priority. Also, I say we flirt around with Gnabry a bit if there's the slightest glimmer of hope. I'd love Gnabry to return to the carpet, man. It looks like Jose's a big fan of his. I don't know, man. That's the one thing I'm not happy with in the summer. I mean, XHAKA of the club, if you're going to go Roma, go, man. I don't want to see the flirting thing. Whoever wants to leave, respectfully. If I am the GOAT, it's because you lot are the bigger GOATs, man. So I appreciate everybody tuning in on YouTube and Twitch. Appreciative to you guys, man. Don't forget, Sunday, it's watch-along business. Arsenal versus Watford. Later today, folks, I'm going to be doing a watch-along for the under-23s, where big up the 7 people, 8 including myself. But they are. That's 6:30. I think 7 p.m. is kickoff, man. Who can't rate Lewandowski? I mean, if he was, you know, there's an exception to the rule. If it's available and we can get favorable terms, I'm on that. I'd rather go for Lacazette. I mean, I'd rather commit to a Lewandowski than give Lacazette a new deal, but it's a myth, man. Bayern Munich are going to have to sort that out, though. Very unusual seeing Bayern Munich's contracts run down, man. And Chelsea. Maybe this is a byproduct of the game, as Wenger was saying, really. He's another one contracted until 2023. There's bare contracts, man. Wasn't worse than flirting. He was on his way out. Then we locked him down to a new contract. Bro, flirt, for me, flirting, whatever you want to call it. I think anyone that's been following me from the start, you know, I'm not a fan of these love dramas, man. Like, obviously it's football, but if someone wants to go in it. Like, this is a bit like the Aubameyang thing. Like, Arsenal, there's a lot to. Fair enough, Arteta's doing his thing, but as we know, there's been a lot to speak about just in terms of the club, on the field and stuff. And then you got the dramas and these other things. Like, just allow it now, man. Just got to pre-use the Reddit match threads to see how reactive Arsenal fans are. Charlie, don't get me started on Reddit. And them things there. When I was first starting on YouTube, I used to post my vids on that. That prepared me for trolls. YouTube trolls can't hurt me. They got the real internet gangsters, Charlie. Oh, Lord. The way they were so harsh. I used to look at him like, why is people so harsh in life? Like, I even do nothing. They're acting like I killed their whole family. Like, these men are on to me. Like, to the point where I keep saying it. I was seeing some accounts that used to abuse me. Like, they were telling other people, allow it, chill off. Like, man, them Reddit dons are different, man. Big up Gray and Nunez and shit could be my 2 picks. I mean, I see why Shrika. I just don't feel him. If he comes, I'll support him and that. I think he's a good player. It's just, you know, when a player is just not your cup of tea, I can't put my finger on it, really. I just don't. There's just something not drawing me to him. Obviously, he's scoring a lot of goals and them things there, and he's not the oldest, but I'm just not really with it. I don't mind Ward-Prowse because he's a bit like the Teenies and the Ramsdales. Like I said, you know, you got the man them, you know, you ask Pepe and that, what did you do over the weekend? There's a bag of stories. You ask Ward-Prowse, just went to Highgate Wood, just took the dogs down for just walk the dogs, just took the kids for a slap up meal at Toby Carvery. We need them man there, man. But I'm not gonna lie, Ward-Prowse was kind of rubbed when I watched Southampton versus West Ham. If Bayern's financial difficulties are legit, would you prefer a Sane or Gnabry? I mean, my boy Gnabry, innit? Arteta can do his false 9 and all that sort of stuff. But then again, Sane's lit. But keyboard warriors are different, man. But it's a rough with the smooth, man. Serious savage. Not Twitter's just, bro, yeah, Twitter's a madness. Twitter's a good place for social media, but yeah, man. Looked at a couple of clips of the kid you said on Curtis' stream yesterday, DG. Warren Zaire Emery looks very coachy. Definitely one for the future. Bad boy baller. Last summer, Roma only wanted to give us 12 to 15 for XHAKA. If we get 25, 30 this summer, the contract renewal was worth it. You're right, man. But the thing is, 30 for XHAKA, I don't think it's unrealistic, but is it going to happen? How long has XHAKA actually got on his deal? I don't know if XHAKA will leave because at the end of the day, he's 29. As much as I want a midfielder, I don't know if Arteta is going to bring a midfielder that's better than Granit and messes up his spot. Competition is what it is. He's ever present for the side. That's why I want to see an upgrade, because it's not really XHAKA. I see XHAKA as one of the first names on the team sheet. You try and make the team run through him. I don't think it's sustainable to do that. So it is what it is. How long has he got on his deal? Transfer mark 2024. So I think that will probably be his last one, but you can't say no. You've got to imagine on the board of things to do. You probably see Saka, Martinelli, Pepe, Saliba, and my man in it on top of what needs to be done for 2023s. Again, the writing is probably on the wall, unfortunately, as much as I want them to have futures for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, for the Reece Nelsons. Leno, big up Leno. I think it's his birthday today as well, people. He's 30. I don't think he's sitting on no bench. So yeah, we need to, and that's why we're going off topic, but that's why I'm on to Edu. You can't do it alone. You can't do everything, but I need to see certain things happen in the summer, really and truly, if I'm honest with you. I have to give you your credit for, you was obviously involved in the planning, what led to the good summer last year, but all we saw is you wanted certain targets. Arteta wanted this. Thankfully, these guys might have banged, but I'm happy with Tomiyasu over Emerson Royal. Maybe I'm being harsh on Edu, sorry, but that January is where you need to earn your money, and we need to walk out of that with a midfielder of some sorts, or either on loan or permanently, and a striker, or one of the two. I don't think you did that. In the summer, obviously, it's not sustainable tearing up contracts, so we need to start getting P's for players, whether they're minimal or not. And we technically are getting P's for Mavropanos and Guendouzi. Probably sold them a bit too early and committed to permanent outlays. Probably would have got double for Guendouzi this summer. But I need to know what you're doing with Torreira. Torreira, again, it's not FIFA in it, but it should be an easy sell. He's doing all right. Fiorentina want to keep him. He's contracted until 2023. Bellerin, I don't know if that's going to be a one sold. Maitland-Niles, Reece Nelson, Leno, all of these names, and people that I haven't said, or their contracts might not be a thing, that want to go and want to leave, and any other things really, because that somewhat has to affect what we're doing in the market. On top of, you and Arteta know we need a striker. I don't know if you do, but you tried to get a midfielder in. We hear that Edu's had talks with Jonathan David. He's had talks with Telemans. We'll have to see what happens in the summer, man. Chill out, bro. Chill out. I want us to sign Haaland, but whether we're able to is another thing. Chill out with the spamming, my guy, man. Please. You're ruining it, man. We're having a fantastic debate. We're talking football. We're all enjoying ourselves on this Friday morning, afternoon, evening, or night, depending where you are. Don't ruin it, my guy. Come on, man. Twitter will have you questioning whether, brother, people just watch. You see when Pep and Zidane, Pep, Benzema, when they're talking about stats and that. Football has just come about agendas now. The agendas is just to make sure Messi and Ronaldo win the Ballon d'Or, or slating one against another. A man could be shit for 90 minutes, he scores, and then bare running stats start coming up. Man, don't watch the game. It's about agendas at all clubs in football in general. There's people that support XHAKA, or there's people that hate XHAKA, not necessarily Arsenal. There's people that would rather Arteta fail than see Arsenal succeed. There's people that would just, Arteta's the guy, so they will never criticize him. That's there's football's engenders, and you see it at all clubs, man. It's crazy. For me, we need to bring in a Kessie or Basuma, wouldn't mind, and our Renata. I'm not really on the Sanchez hype. I'll bring him, but I'm not really on it. Kessie, I'm not really on it. He can come, but I'm not really on it. Basuma, I wouldn't mind, but for me, I need to see number 8 first, man. I want that number 8. Like I'm dying to see a midfielder just see the ball turn, progress, or just see it bang over the top. Next one, bang over the top. Literally, I'm dying for it, man. I'm a spoiled Wenger baby, man. Used to see Vieira and these sort of man bopping it. Obviously, we went to the Emirates. We started getting the smaller, more diminutive sort of players, the Santis, the Sessis, the Nasris, Hileb, even Wilshere was bopping. Ramsey's a bit scrappy with it, but he was bopping at a time. And there's many other names, man. I was spoiled. I need to get there. And I feel Arsenal, because of what's been going on, bro, we've been robbed of a lot of things. We've been robbed off a lot of things. I love Tomiyasu, but all Tomiyasu had to do was make sure he looks just the basics of being a right back. And I'm ready to gas the thing. I'm praising midfielders for pinging the ball forward. I'm going to praise a striker for being able to score goals. Like, the bar's on the floor, I'll be real, but I'm dying for certain things to return, man. 76 million is a lot, but we won't get a clear upgrade. Bro, we're not getting Haaland, bro. Like, I'm not even going to engage in that. Arsenal will not sign Haaland. Like, it doesn't matter about his price tag and all of that. There's no way, even if Arsenal get Champions League, it's a myth. Hey, DG, what are your thoughts on the MLS boys, Matt Turner and Austin Trusty? I don't know them. The Trusty Don, it looks like that's one that we're just going to make, or someone's just going to make peas on. I don't know, but he might just go on a couple loans, get sold, and then it is what it is. For the other Don, Matt Turner, you American brothers have to tell me. I know nothing about him. I know that he's, that 5% luck, 10% skill, the Disneyland Channel stuff. He wasn't going to be a footballer now. He is. Shout to him because I see he's a dad now. I don't know nothing about him. I just hope, from what I read, he seems fairly focused. From the highlights, he looks decent. Some of you that were based in America, when we were speaking about him, you said his ball playing is a bit shaky. I'm going to have to learn. I don't know nothing about him. Nothing about him. I just happy the fact that we've got a backup goalie. Sorry, definitely not a right back. It's one sort of tick on the list of the shopping goods, isn't it? And this is what people don't understand, Charlie. We need a bigger squad, but at the same time, we need balance. And that's the thing, fans want to be able to compete for stuff, but they fail to understand, certain man was saying, don't sign Odegaard. We got Smith Rowe. They don't understand certain things. We do need a much bigger squad. Will we? I don't know. This is assuming we're in Europe in any capacity, man. I mean, the new Champions League format don't really look any different from the initial, or slightly different from the Super League thing for me. Like, this just tells you UEFA, these man don't care. It's just the fact that their man's idea was getting stole and there was money being made and there was a pie on the table, and nobody told them to get a fork and a tissue and get a slice. Turner is a good keeper. Trusty is bang average. Let's hope we can make some peas on that. Do the Chelsea thing, innit? Didn't they have I can never say his name, man. I swear he spat at someone, or he touched someone's balls, or he did something booky, man. Obviously, I don't want that, but what's his name? Matt something. Matt Miser. I can't pronounce that, but this done, man. Chelsea just bought him. He went on bare loans. He's still there. So they probably made bare loan fees, but you're still there. But swear you're still there. I thought Chelsea got rid of you. Well, yeah, he almost went Anderlecht and it didn't bang. But yeah. It must be a thing with that, man. We're just gonna do a thing there. Or sometimes these loans are strategic things, like maybe it's a thing where he's gonna come here and do other things. It's a bit like when China were loaning a bunch of their players to a lot of Spanish B's teams and then sending their coaches there. So it could be nothing to do with football while he's there. But yeah, them Twitter trolls are different, man. That's his name, Matt Maizaga or something. Forgive me for mispronunciations. Can't see Trusty doing anything with Arsenal. Turner can play. We'll see how he translates from here to the Premier League. What do you think of a midfield 3? Partey 6-2-8s, Odegaard, Smith Rowe? Yeah, bro, bring that. We need to be able to run 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, and other things, man. Run that. Bring it. I think that's what the Trusty deal's about. It's a financial move, bro. Like, it is what it is. He might play. He might play, but yeah, man, it's looking like a peace thing. If I'm honest with you, it's looking like let's just get some money. Really, let's just send him to Europe. He'll train at Arsenal here and there. He'll go on loan to a couple European-based teams, and then he'll keep it moving. It's a bit like, what's that other Don, man? Eric Palmer Brown, is it? You can't never still be owned by them City Dons. So yeah, he plays. Well, he technically is. He plays for Troyes in France, which is technically owned by the same people who own City. But yeah, they brought him from Sporting Kansas City for you Americans. Then he went on loan to Porto B, Swoop Rangers. What the fuck is that? Oh, he went back to MLS. He went back to City. Then he went on loans in Holland, in Austria, in France, where he stopped now. And where's this? In Belgium. And yeah, man. So it could be a that thing. Like it could be a that thing. I would love Arsenal to get to that level where we're doing the City group thing and we're just buying other players that can help us elsewhere. That would be lit still, but I don't know, man. Assuming you're talking about Yeremy Pino, why not, man? I mean, I wouldn't mind Isaac, but we probably need to finesse that release clause down significantly. If I'm honest with you, 76 mil is a bit mad. I'm not saying you, But the same people who were screaming that will lack ambition, they'll say we've overpaid. It's a bit like the Madison thing. Man were like, no, you got to pay them the 70, 80 million bags they want, and you lacking ambition. Then they would have said Arsenal have wasted money. I'm bringing Madison to the carpet, you know, if I could. But Madison started the season slow. And I'm like, oh my God, like, yeah, maybe. People just live for agendas, see, man. You know, well said, DG. Agendas, delusions, ridiculously biased nonsense. Man, people want Arsenal to win on their terms, you know. I have nothing wrong with, you know, I don't think Arsenal can do anything serious until specifically a number 8 is brought in. But if we do, and top 4 isn't necessarily serious, it's serious for us, but you can't die. You know, if you die or you retire, a man we're not Spurs. Are we putting top 4 trophy next to, we did the double over City? I don't know. But a lot of people want Arsenal to be successful, any club to be successful on their terms, on their bias, through their lens. Football's not like that, unfortunately. Fans rob it, and that's why I love you guys, man. I mean, Lokonga could go on loan. Me personally, I think he's calm to stay. As you know, Charlie said, there's more games next season. Hopefully, he's had his feet wet a bit. I would say for Lokonga, I don't think it's a young thing like that. I feel the mistakes you're making them every week, or the problems you're finding yourself in when he was playing, you're making them every week. So I think self-awareness is key. But I mean, to go out and play 30, 40 games, I can't say that shouldn't be a thing, but we're not exactly blessed in midfield. And I get, once again, as Charlie and everyone can see, by God's grace, if we are in Europe of some capacity, there's bare games in it. You got the group stages, you already know from August to December, it's a techie Premier League season anyways. You got Europe will be thrown in there. You know, even with one game a week, how much injuries and things have we had to deal with? You know, even after this Watford game, isn't there a period of like 3 games in 10 days or something like that? I don't want to wass it to you lot, so let me actually check. I could be lying, but after Watford, what you got on the 13th of March, Leicester at home. 3 days later on Wednesday, you've got Liverpool, and then obviously 3 days after that, you know, you've got Aston Villa away. So even if you're playing once a week, it's probably a fallacy, really. You know, we need a squad still. We need a squad. You know, I know what was it this month? We've barely been playing. I let him go, man. Vieira. You know, it would be lovely to learn under Vieira, but we're not blessed with midfielders, so you know, if you ain't got any jackets, if you've got one jacket in your yard, you can't really give away a jacket because you're gonna be freezing, really, isn't it? You know. I read somewhere that they're introducing a rule where clubs can only loan 6 or 8 players at a time in regards to that trustee don. There's probably ways around it, and I think that rule, I don't know if he falls under it, but it affects only people of a certain age, man. You know, I don't even think Chelsea have anything to be worried about with that. So yeah, it is what it is in that regards. What else is going on in the world of Arsenal? Let's see. I mean, we know Ramsdale's a good signing. Never seen this done play, so let's go on that in a second. Luis Suarez to Aston Villa, why not? Boy. Let's bring that out. Slow news day, really. Obviously, we got Watford on Sunday. Don't think Mikel Arteta's had his press conference yet, has he? Apparently, Pepe's value has plummeted to 42 million. I think many Arsenal fans, it's not that they want to sell him, but you know, I think if we are offered 40 odd mil, there's some decision to make there. Oh wow, there is some other rumors resurfacing. So let's get these up here. Don't forget, people, 4:30. I'm gonna have Jess. She knows Arsenal one. So yeah, man. I need to ask you, are we going in top 4? I hope so. Do you think Brooke Norton will make our bench next season? Let's allow, man, innit? He's made 8 or so appearances at Lincoln. Loan report has been recorded, people. I just need to press the upload button. Let's let man cool off, innit? Let's relax. I think he's got a good opportunity in the near future to be part of Arsenal. But let's let man relax. Let's just let these young players, Patino, Amari Hutchinson, all these, let's just cool a bit. I think Lokonga's promising. I expect to see up and down, down and up from these youngsters. I just feel with Lokonga, all he needs to learn is look over your damn shoulders. That's the major thing. Look over your shoulder. And I think and that kind of correlates to, the passing. In the middle of the park, you can't be one of the most reckless dons. You know, I know he came Arsenal and there was rumors that fucking, what's his name, called him the next thingy, Yaya Toure, and he was saying, I like to play 8 and 6. My bro, you are a number 8, fam. You know, I mean, a number 6. That's it. Like, if you show me levels, we can talk about 8. But you, Lokonga, you're a 6, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. I wanted to be a striker. And in Sunday League, gradually, man ended up on the wings. And then as all us fullbacks, you know, we end up at fullback, and that's the one stop we end up at, isn't it? You know, big up Trent for putting respect on the fullbacks' names again and that. But yeah, it's techie, really. It's been techie. Where should we start? That's right. Blah, blah, blah. We need another timestamp, though, don't we? So it is what it is where that's concerned. Arsenal thoughts, and then let's do that. Suddenly, none of you care that I was late, innit? Big up yourself, G. Got to be patient, man. They got to learn harsh lessons, bro. Man's played 8 games already at this level. Well, I say at this level, you know what I mean? Let's just let man develop. But I think he's got a good chance, a really good chance of busting through. But let's just let everything else fall into place. Shout out Brook Norton Coffee. Anyways, Arsenal, speaking of fullbacks, Arsenal plotting a summer move for Peru defender Gilma Laura, with club chiefs paying close attention to the South American following a change in visa rules after Brexit. A change to UK visa rules has made the South American market more appealing. Technical director Edu is reportedly closely monitoring players on the continent, and Peru right back Gilma Laura is a target as Arsenal eye reinforcements. And again, we know with Brexit, never seen him before, but something tells me you've previously been linked with Man City. You know, Football.London, we spoke about this and whatnot. So I've never seen Donny play. He's been capped by Peru, and obviously, apparently, he falls on the good side of us being able to exploit these rules. But I'd assume at 21 years of age, he's not the finished article. But you know, if he's decent, bring him through. Really, he's played 6 times for his country, highly rated at his domestic side, who play in the top division. So why not? The report goes on to add that Arsenal want 3 players in the summer as they continue to push. You know, we're looking at a striker, a centre mid, and I guess a right back obviously falls in all into place, people. So yeah, it says we're looking at that. Away from that, I don't know what this is, but Jack Wilshere delivers Arsenal snub as midfielder makes unwholesome admission. This is probably cap. Jack Wilshere has delivered a snub to supporters of former side Arsenal by claiming the fans of his new club are the best he's ever seen. Yeah, let's see, man. Our fans, I will say, are the best that I've ever seen. In the warm-up, they were singing right from the warm-up. They had 2,500 fans there. Well, you was here when the Emirates was silent, weren't it? But respectfully to Jack Wilshere, it doesn't matter what he has to think. He's not relevant to Arsenal at this moment. To go over Fabio Ruiz, one more. Spain star to leave Napoli. Let's see if Lewis Winter is gassing up the team. So it's a bit of a mad one there, people. His contract, as you know, expires at the end of the season. And yeah, Napoli understandably want to make certain amount of money for this guy, man. He's got 18 months left on his deal, as we already know. Yeah, man, you know, anytime we're linked with players of it, you know, that are from Italy or playing in Italy, it's crazy. This Italian journalist says the 25-year-old doesn't want to link up with Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. I believe that Ruiz will leave Napoli at the end of the season. There's been a proposal from Arsenal, but I understand that the player doesn't want to join Arsenal. The midfielder is waiting for other offers, be they from PSG or Real Madrid. I mean, they're bigger teams than us. They're doing better things. They're more competitive. As I said, you know, as much as I want him to sign, does it necessarily make sense joining Napoli, leaving Napoli and coming to Arsenal? There are many attractions. We've got an exciting team. You can be a leader. There's a London aspect. There's money. But again, Madrid, PSG, Barcelona, especially, you know, if it, to be honest, as I said, it's not that I would turn down Arsenal, but if Napoli get Champions League, you might as well stay and run down your deal, you know. Plus, you've got a World Cup to consider, so it is what we've kind of known in that regards. Hit the like button if you haven't, people. One love to you lot tuned in. Don't forget to subscribe on Twitch because it will get re-uploaded eventually before Sunday. In relation to my collab with She Knows Arsenal, but make sure if you want to see that in real time, then obviously you're supporting the thing on Twitch. Again, after I think that's at 4:30 to about 4:30 to 5:30. So I would probably say we'll probably half an hour, 4:30 to about 5:15 or something. Then obviously 6:30 live at 7 will be Arsenal versus Tottenham's under 23s. Apologies. So make sure you're there for that one. That's on YouTube. And don't forget Sunday, people, Watford versus Arsenal will also be on YouTube. But again, in between that, hella Twitch streams. And the Manchester derby straight after Arsenal-Watford will be on Twitch. So, yeah, man. All this talk about strikers, Man City bought Julian Alvarez for cheap, looks a great buy. What's your opinions on him? You're right, man, but it's a myth now, isn't it? You know, we should have moved to that. I think Pepe is our most talented attacker. Hopefully we can get him into great positions in the opponent's box for the rest of the season because he's very dangerous going forward. We're going to need everyone, especially when our strikers don't score. You're going to need the difference to be made up with the Smith Rowes, Martinelli, Saka's, if given an opportunity, Pepe, etc., etc. About time, Edu. Just don't bring in no waste, man. I hear it. Is that DG merch? Of course, man. Of course. To get all your DG merch, as the Nightbot says, go to the following link in the following stop. Again, the unfortunate thing about DG merch is fantastic looks are sold separately. Don't know who's calling me. Fuck off. But yeah, Sambi is going to be fine. Let him move into the club slowly. Too much pressure on his shoulders early on. Facts, man. He'll be fine, man. He'll go through his trials and tribulations, but I think he will come good, man. Paul, shout to you for becoming a channel member as well. I just see that. So yeah, man, it is what it is, really. Pepe on his day is the most talented in the squad. If he can produce consistently, then we'll hit top 4. I hear you, but to play devil's advocate, Charlie, ifs, you know me and these ifs words concerning Arsenal, and talent is nothing without application. Now, again, we know Pepe is a techie one. You know, in the last 2 seasons, he's been one of our, if not the best player in the second half of the year. So hopefully it's a 3-peat thing and he can help us in his own way, charge all the way towards top 4. Shiny objects in all these players' eyes. If they can all start for PSG or Real Madrid, I know they have to believe in themselves, but it shows players can be delusional like fans. It's true, but at the same time, you got to remember, career is short, man. As a Spaniard, I can't begrudge him for wanting to play for Barca or Spain. You know, we did a watch-along for Napoli versus Barcelona, and I said at the time, bro, Barca can't let him leave that stadium. You might as well stay there. I can't begrudge, man. I can't begrudge. You know, I can't begrudge him even trying to make it there. You know, respectfully, where Arsenal are at a football club, you can get a move here. Real Madrid and these things might not come calling, so at least go and try. If it don't work out, it's football, innit? You can always move clubs, really. Arteta's future being discussed at the end of the season, but in my opinion, so should Edu. Is it, or is it just a new contract? Because he's got 18 months to run in his deal. He's getting a new contract. You know, he's part of the club's long term. I do think Edu will leave. I don't know if Edu will see the whole project. Again, football is a weird game, and obviously, if the club's not doing bits, then the manager's got to leave. But I think if it comes to it, Edu leaves before Arteta. Personally, I don't want to lead an Edu sort of criticism campaign, but I don't think I think I know we're doing this young growing thing, but I just would like someone that's a bit more experienced to go with it, Arteta. I think you either have an experienced technical director and an inexperienced manager, or vice versa. Very rarely do you have this. And it's like, if Arteta leaves tomorrow, the word legacy is strong in it, but he has won an FA Cup. He has, you know, told the line with certain players. There is building blocks for the word attractive is a big statement, but attractive football, the young squad, all of these sort of things in which indirectly Edu's been a part of, you know, trying to improve the atmosphere. Arteta has somewhat a legacy. If Edu leaves tomorrow, what's he done? What's he done since he's been here? See, like, obviously he's been part of bringing in players and that, but what's his legacy? Like, what has he done? I'm not trying to draw him out, but yeah, man. I love your videos, mate, and I love your live streams. I'm on my dad's account. Shout out to you. Come off your dad's account before he's thinking, yo, who's this guy or this thing? But appreciate that. Pepe is a fantastic sub. To be honest, he lacks defensive awareness. And you heard me earlier say XHAKA and Pepe are 2 very improved players under Arteta. I think the only reason he doesn't start is because over 90 minutes, Arteta likes a bit more what the other dons are doing. But unpopular opinion, I feel Pepe has made. I feel Pepe has made. Hey, fuck off! I'm calling me on no ID. The fuck is this? So apologies. I think he's made Pepe a more all-rounded player. Pepe is still a moments man, but you see him across 90 minutes more. And I definitely feel Pepe puts in a shift a lot more defensively. Allow me with the Pepe striker thing, man. If we move on from Pepe, his replacements better continue his whispers. Oh, God, bro. Trust me, that's one thing. Because Lacazette, sorry, is an experienced man. Half the time we're getting these bookie decisions by refs. Lacazette's not far from the crime scene, you know. What was it? Remember when Lacazette dived like he got shot and stabbed in his face the other day? Who is it, man? You could hear it on the TV. Like, oh, that is crazy, man. I love it from Laca, man. We're gonna need, like somebody said earlier, it's a squad thing, innit? You're gonna need the squad. You know, from August to May is a long time. There's gonna be guys that are the villains and the heroes, and you've seen it. Lacazette, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, you know, Ben White, Aaron Ramsdale, you know, these guys, Tavares, these guys have been here, Tierney, these guys have been heroes and villains at many different points this season. Saka, Smith Rowe. I go back to the time around the North London derby, Granit Xhaka, probably the best example for that. So, yeah, man, it's one of them. It's one of them ones, really. Football's a squad game. We're gonna need the whole squad in it, really. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. On that note, though, people, I need to go off and sadly eat. I say sadly, that's not what I'm sad about. I need to go and do the thumbnails and make and do all of that other stuff that goes into the live streams. Obviously, people, in relation to She Knows Arsenal, I'm actually gonna do it right now. I need you lot. Any questions and stuff you want to talk about? Obviously, I'll ask her questions on just general Arsenal stuff, but live today from 4:30 p.m. with She Knows. Shout out Jess for doing this. Arsenal. What topics do you want covered? Am I speaking like this? And let's get the Twitch link. Put that there. This is on the YouTube community tab, people. One love to you like that. I know one of you is not gonna let me down. You're gonna get your questions in, but where's the link for Twitch? There we have it. That's at 4:30, folks. Let's slap that in there. So yeah, make sure you take part in that. Obviously, so that would make it 2 more live streams from myself today. After this, back on YouTube, you're gonna have Arsenal versus Spurs, North London derby at 23's level. Sunday, you know we're here for Watford Arsenal. And in between that, I'm on Twitch for hella watch-alongs to do with other teams that got no interest in Arsenal. So yeah, man, as I said, make sure you're here for that one. Shameless plug o'clock. I'm getting faster at the copy and pasting thing. Shout out to the mouse. And then obviously we're here for this one. And then obviously road to 50k on YouTube. Road to 10k on Twitch continues. Make sure you're here for that one. And one love to everyone who was in Football Manager and all these other streams. There's hella other streams that have not been brought up. And yeah, as you see, neutral business. But yeah, man, it is what it is. You know, I'm going to leave you lot now. We've been here for 90 minutes, coming like a football game, mate. So yeah, man, Jess from the Football Terrace. Does she do Football Terrace stuff? I don't know. I can't verify that. All I know is, yeah, man, squad hype, but you hate the depth. But you have the depth. We don't have depth. Depth in attacking positions, yeah. Look at the midfield. Look at right back. You know, and it needs to be quality depth. Not everyone needs to be world class, but you get it, people. Because as you've seen, sometimes we've had to make changes and it's disrupted the team. In recent weeks, you saw Holding come off the bench when we had 10 men. You've seen Cedric come in, but you've also seen at times where, even when XHAKA's not there, at times you've seen it missed, you know. The other day when Ben White had to go right back, we missed Ben White's charging through the middle and all of them things. So, you know, it needs to be of a certain... Brother, who the hell is this, man? This better be someone trying to offer DG a job or something of some serious paper, because what is this? What is this? Especially on private, man. Big up her for having a show on the Footy Terrace, man. But I'm going to be here with her in it. So, well, on Twitch. So we're going to talk Arsenal, Watford. I guess we'll talk about top 4. I actually don't know her opinion on Aubameyang or how our transfer window went. So, yeah, we'll do up that one. Is what it is. Mostly empty shelves on the bench. Have to fill out the squad. Trust me. Comes like everyone's panicking over lockdown. There's nothing there but a can of tuna in that and sardines and shit. But on that note, for real, hit the like button if you haven't. I appreciate everyone who has. First things first, most importantly, I hope everybody remains healthy and has a good weekend off the back of a great week. You know, again, make sure you're here for all the content across Twitch and YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't. Most importantly, once again, stay safe. Love and leave you lot, people. Peace.
So there's always that active when defending.
I think it's like